Okay. So in my last video, I spoke about feeling our feelings, and I subsequently started reading this. I don't know if it's back to front, but it says Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender. It's by Dr. David R. Hawkins, and he speaks about the levels of consciousness. And this book specifically speaks about the mechanisms to be able to surrender. And the specific mechanism that he speaks to is actually the mechanism of letting go, of feeling your feelings. And I think, like what I've picked up in the book so far, in any case, is that there's a lot of what I'm currently experiencing in my own life that's almost being validated in the book, which is amazing to be able to read something that aligns with the experience that I'm having. When we feel our feelings, there's a lot about allowing the feeling to be there, acknowledging the feeling as valid, and then slowly seeing the intensity of the feeling dissipating. So you're not trying to feel the feeling indefinitely, you're wanting to be able to release the feeling eventually, as opposed to, for instance, suppressing the feeling, which is what we oftentimes do. And to live surrendered is really the way to feel more peace in our lives. And we could take a stance where we kind of go, well, everything's fine, because we're so used to, I think, and a lot of that is true, I think we're so used to not feeling so great. We're so used to just getting by that we've normalized feeling a little bit shitty in the world. And I, for myself in any case, I have felt not so great for a very long time in my life. But I did okay, I kind of made it look okay. But there's a difference between actually feeling good, feeling okay, and making it look okay. It's not the same thing. How much effort are you putting into making it look okay versus it actually being okay? And for me, I feel as if I want to live in alignment with my truth, which means that if I'm only making it look okay, but it's actually not okay, I'm not in alignment with my truth, which means I'm expending a lot of energy to make something look like what it's not. Is it lying? Is it acting? Whatever label you want to put upon it. For me, I say oftentimes now, in retrospect to where I've been for many years, that I lied about my life. And people say, it's not a lie. And it's like, it's not a lie, but it's kind of a lie. I lied, and it was exhausting. For me, I will own the lie. I lied about my life, and it was exhausting. And it's like I came to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore, and it broke out of me. It's one of those things that just came out of me. I couldn't control it. It oozed out of me. It's still kind of oozing out of me. Less of it, because a lot of it is like gunked out. But it required that I actually started processing my feelings around my life. Is how it happened. And I didn't realize that by processing my life, I would start releasing the feelings of guilt and shame that I carried, the burdens that I carried. And then by doing so, I slowly was able to release the thing that I never thought I'd be able to release, emotionally, mentally, and even in my expression. And so to live in a state of surrender is, I can't express enough how beautiful it is. Not because all of your problems are gone away. It's got nothing to do with your problems going away. Because the nature of life is that you will always have more to surrender. The more you surrender, the more you elevate in consciousness. The more you surrender, the more you experience the joy of life. The more you surrender, the more love becomes tangible as an expression of your being. And so surrendering is not a once-off thing. Surrendering is it's a way of life almost. It's a way of being. And for me, each time I've surrendered, I've received new gifts, and because there's so much to surrender, there are innumerable gifts. I invite you to explore surrendering. Go and have a look at, find ways of exploring, pathways to surrendering. A lot of surrendering requires, for me in any case, requires my awareness. Because when I do experience a negative emotion or feeling, negative feeling, thought, my awareness allows me to realize it. And as opposed to it becoming thought patterns that just process over and over again, the ego takes hold of it, and then you just start overthinking circumstances. I then have the presence to bring awareness to my feelings. And I'm putting my hand at my gut, because oftentimes we have uncomfortable sensations in our physical bodies. That's where the feelings sit. They sit in our bodies, right? And the more presence you can bring to these emotions and feelings, presence to allow it, to allow the feeling to be, because our feelings are valid, because they were given to us for a reason. We don't feel for nothing. Like we don't have hands and arms for nothing. All of our feelings are an expression of our being, and it's like our capacity to master using our hands. We master the art of writing or painting or utilizing our physical bodies. We need to master our feelings. And within mastering our feelings, again, there are innumerable gifts. Go and explore. And don't assume that your current state of being is the end of the story. It's not. It's not. And I'm not saying it just because it's like, this place that I exist in is so beautiful. And I feel it's like I want to share the fact that there's a more beautiful way of being in the world. Not because I'm calling out your way of being in the world and saying that it's not amazing in ways, but there's more. I'm sending so much love.